Yes.
Yeah, so if you look at the, let me go back to this 16, right? So that's the formula, right? So this is the basic, okay, earning per shares, right? So then this is a diluted, okay, diluted earning per shares, okay, calculation. So diluted earning per share basically based on the basic, okay. So that's why I copy everything. Just read this part, okay. Okay, I'll copy everything in the basic, right, from the basic calculation, okay. So that's the first step. And then you want to consider those potential shares. So in this situation, what are those? What is the potential shares? Is this stock options, right? Stock options. So if they exercise, then we will issue 30 million more shares. Okay, that's why you want to. Let me go back to this. That's why we want to add the 30s. Okay, but you also receive cash, right, from those employees, okay, when they exercise these options. So how much cash we're going to receive? We need to calculate that, right? Let's calculate the cash we received, which is what? Which is 30 millions times exercise price 56 per shares, right? So those are total cash we're going to receive. And then you want to assume you're going to use those cash to purchase back our own shares from the market. When you purchase back from our own share from the market, those total outstanding shares going to decrease, right? How many shares going to decrease? So you want to divide it by 70, right? Divided by 70, okay? Because that's the market average price, okay? So totally we are allowed to purchase back 24 million shares. That is why the net increase is 30 minus 24. Okay, so that's the net increase of our, based on our imagination. Okay, and it gave us the result here 123 on the top, right? So then the bottom is 196. Okay, so we got 0.63, okay, per shares. And then you compare with the basic, which is 0.65, right? So it's kind of, diluted. Okay, so that's what we want to calculate. We want to calculate the worst situation it could be, the worst earning per share could be. Okay. Any question about this diluted earning per share? So company need to report both. Okay, basic earning per share and diluted earning per share in their income statements. Okay, at the bottom income statements. So now let's work on the next question, which is 18. 18 is kind of interesting. I'll give you a little time to read this question, and then we're gonna talk about that. Okay. And I'm gonna write it down the basic earning procedures. Okay. You see the difference here, right? So it's compared with 17. They said the option were exercisable as of this September 17, 2020. Okay. And then for 30 million common shares at exercise prices, that's still the same. But the only thing that's different is here. Okay, it's here. It's this sentence. The option were exercised on September 1st, 2021. That's the only difference, right? Everything else is the same. So the option will exercise on September 1st, 2021. So this is what? This is the calculation for the end of 2021, right? For the year 2021. Okay, for the year 2021. And this option was exercised on September 4th, 2021. So exercise means what? It means those CEO, CFO, they paid, right? So they paid to the company, okay, and then we issued the stock. So we actually issued 30 million, right? 30 million more shares to those CEO, CFO on September 4, 2021. So that those 30 million shares are the real shares, right? So that's why when you calculate the basic earning per shares, you need to add it, right? You can see we add this part, 30 millions. So we add, but those 30 million only exist for what? For 4 months, right? So September, October, November, December, okay? So that's why those have a weight. You need to times 4/12. That makes sense, everyone? Okay, the basic earnings per shares. Okay, so in this case, the basic earning per share is going to be different, right, from the previous questions, because these are the real shares, okay, we issued during the year, okay, on September 1st, 2021. So they calculate this on the top, numerator should be 123, okay, denominator here should be 200, okay. So the basic earning per share now is 0.62, okay, per shares. That makes sense, everyone? That's the earning per share right now. Okay, so then how to calculate diluted earning per shares? Diluted earning per shares, let me go a little bit higher. Diluted earning per shares, we talked about this already, right? So from the previous questions, what if, right? What if? But now the what if, because it's already exercised, the only what if we can ask is, what if this stock options was exercised at the beginning of the year instead of September 1st, 2021? Okay. So what if, okay? So then we're gonna increase more shares, right? So those shares are gonna increase at the beginning of the year, which is what? We're gonna increase 30 million more shares, and then we're able to use the cash received to purchase back 24 millions, right? Those are the net increase, okay? But remember, this is what? This is from the beginning of the year all the way to September 1st, which is what? 8 months, okay? So our total number of shares going to increase by this amount for 8 months. That's why you're going to times the weight, 8/12. So you're going to add this part to the basic earning per shares to calculate the diluted earning per shares. When you add it, so the diluted earning per share on the top still 123, right? It's still basic, same one. But the bottom here is what? Instead of 200, now 200 plus this part, right? This part is going to give you 4 millions, okay? So bottom going to be 204. And the diluted earning per shares will be 0.60, which is lower than 62 cents. Okay, so which is what we want. Question on this part? 8/12 months, we just assume. Remember, these options actually exercise on September 1st this year. What our imagination is only, we just assume, what if those options was exercised at the beginning of the year? So then those number of shares going to exist for 8 months, okay, from the beginning to September 1st. So then we have that's the additional more shares those shares exist for 8 months only. Okay, so that's why you add this part to the basic, to the bottom. Okay, bottom of calculation. I don't have space to write all of those. Okay, just add this part to the bottom of basic, then that will be diluted earning per share, and then that will be like this, right? Diluted per share going to be like this. That makes sense. Any more questions about this stock option? If not, let's go.
Actually,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
If we're calculating the basic earning per share and the options were never exercised, that part would just not be included, right?
Options. What do you mean?
If we're calculating the basic earnings per share and the options were never exercised, would that wouldn't go into the calculation for the basic earning per share, right? That's only for diluted. Okay.
Yes, that's correct. That was the 19-17, the question we just talked about, right? The previous question. Okay, so 18 is different, right? 18 it's exercised. Okay, yeah. So those two questions show you the different situation. Okay, okay. So now let me share, go back to the PowerPoints. Okay. Okay, so we're done with the first situation, right? So remember, we have a couple of situations. This is the second one, okay? Convertible shares. You see my PowerPoints right now, right? Okay, so let's go back to the PowerPoints. Let's talk about the convertible securities, okay? Convertible shares. Convertible securities, sorry. Convertible securities, we have the convertible bonds and the convertible preferred stocks, two situations, okay? So let's talk about the convertible bonds first, okay? Convertible bonds first. So in this case, this is just add on, okay? So we have all of the information just from the previous example, right? So now we just add one more issue, okay? With this, now we have convertible bonds, okay? So those convertible bonds is 10% of interest, right? $300 million, okay? Convertible bonds. So if you can convert to 12 million common stock, okay? 12 million common stock. So this is just like similar to the stock options. You want to say, what if, okay? So what if those convertible bonds going to be converted into our common stock, okay? At the beginning of the year, okay? What if we convert at the beginning of the year? So that tells us what? The total number of shares outstanding going to increase by 12 millions, right? Number of shares increase because it converts to 12 million shares, okay? So we need to issue 12 million more shares, right? So our total number of shares going to increase by 12 millions. That's why the denominator you need to add 12 millions, okay? So like this, you add 12 millions, okay, to here, okay? But in the meantime, when we convert those bonds, right, those convertible bonds into stock, then we stop paying them the interest. So we're gonna save our interest, right? How much interest we're gonna save? We're gonna save that's 300. This is times 10%. So you got a $30 million interest expense will be saved. Okay, you save your interest expense, your earnings available for common stock going to increase by that, right? But remember, you have to think about the tax. Okay, so you need to pay tax, right? So your earning increase. So let's say tax rate is 40%. Okay, out here tax rate is 40%. So you pay tax. So then the net increase of this is only what? 30 times 60% is a net increase. So that's why here you assume what if converted, right? What if converted, you add 12 to the denominator, you also need to add the 30 times 60% to the numerator, because you save your interest expense, your total income available for common stockholders is going to increase. This is a net after tax increase, net of tax increase. Okay, so the impact on that is this, right? This part. Okay, so let's calculate. Numerator is 168 and denominator is 90. So you got $1.87. So that's the diluted earning per share. Question on that part? You guys okay with that? Okay, then let's practice. Okay, let's practice this part.